Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Ginger on Wheels here again. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Today we have got the Veteran Sherman behind me here. This thing is some straight bleeding edge technology with over 100 miles advertised range. I know of one other guy that got this thing over 90 miles, and today my goal is to just break the crap out of that record. You can probably see my breath. That's because it is the break of dawn, and I plan on riding this thing around all day until it's absolutely dead. So if you haven't already, make sure to gently finesse the like and subscribe button and get ready for a really long ride. So if you're an avid unicyclist, like I imagine you are if you clicked on this video, you probably know Marty got 93 miles range on his Sherman, and you're wondering what makes Ginger on Wheels think he can get more range than that. The dude's like an expert unicycler, and I imagine Marty had all of his, I's dotted and T's crossed before he left to maximize range, but I had a little trick up my sleeve. I don't know if he discovered it yet. Maybe, but anyway, every time I left my house on the Sherman, I've got about 500 miles on it now, and I'll do a 500 mile review later. I noticed that even when the charger was green and I left my house, the battery was at like 95, 94% almost straight away. And that was really annoying me, and I couldn't figure out why. But I discovered the other day that if you plug the Sherman in until it's fully charged and you get the green light on the charger, and then you unplug it and you let it sit for about a half an hour, and then you plug it into the other charging port, the thing will charge for like another hour. And I'm at an actual 100% now, so that extra 6% might boost me up over the edge of Marty's range test and get into that 100-mile territory. But I'm really excited to see what happens here. I don't think anyone's ever done this before, maybe in another language somewhere, but I've got like pounds of food and batteries and Red Bull and all my cables and chargers and everything I'm gonna need for a 10-hour trip. But I've got the riding mode in soft, so I imagine that uses less power on the motors, but I don't know that for a fact. I'm gonna try and keep it under 15 miles an hour the entire time, but again, that could be pretty hard to do given that it's the Sherman. I've got the pedal angle tilted back right now to -1 degree. I'm gonna try and adjust the pedal angle as I ride in case one of them is using more or less battery, I'm not sure. I'll get a nice medium average. But plus it'll, alleviate some of the stress on my heels and toes as I ride. This will be by far the longest range test I've ever done and probably will do for a very long time. So I'm excited for this one. I've been planning it for a long time. I never had the energy to do it, or whenever I wanted to start, it was always past noon, and I've got 2 jackets on, you can probably see. It's probably about 40 degrees out right now. Right above freezing, it's cold. It's supposed to be a little bit warmer than that today for the high, but not really sure how much warmer. I have a habit of super talking, so I'll shut up now, but maybe I'll just turn it into a time lapse for a while. I don't want to kill the batteries right off the bat, right? Okay, I'm at the 16.5 mile mark. The wheel's got 85% battery left, so I'm on track to break 100 miles, but just barely. Nothing new to report other than my feet hurting. Are you guys seeing this? I could not have asked for a better day right now. Just enjoying the sun. 49 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, you guys, 28 miles into the trip. The wheel says 32, but I've stopped here at the beautiful University of Washington campus. Taking a little break, letting my feet rest up. Definitely got about 78, 79% left on the battery and the wheel, so I'm thinking I'm gonna crack 100. Don't wanna jinx it though, but feels nice to take a break, that's for sure. I will definitely be logging in another couple hours or dozen miles and let you guys know what the stats are again, but for now, feels good to be off the wheel. I'm like 3 hours deep into this thing. Between all the stopping and taking the camera gear in and out and feeding myself and going to the bathroom, it's a lot slower going than I thought. Well, you guys, I got 72-ish% battery left, I think, and we're about 40 miles into the trip. I decided to do a cool check-in because that's pretty awesome. There's a beach down here called Golden Gardens Park, and I think I'm gonna stop there and have my official lunch and rest my feet up. Hopefully that'll be like the 50-mile mark. We'll see though. Well, I'm officially leaving downtown area. I'm gonna go across the I-90 bridge, busted out my beef jerky stick, Been munching on nuts, mixed nuts, pistachios, peanuts, peanut butter jelly sandwich. If I don't have a nut allergy by the end of this, it'll be a miracle. I still think I'm gonna hit 100 miles. It'll be close though. On the route that I have planned, the last like 5 mile stretch is like a loose gravel trail, so that's gonna use up a lot more battery than it should. It's been a fun ride so far though. Ooh, we got a little downhill stretch here. I'm gonna charge up. Because you can do that with unicycles. Just kind of lean forward and then slow it down. Got a scooter in the loose. I would have touched it normally, but Corona, you know. So yeah, we're gonna go across the I-90 bridge, across Lake Washington, like right in time for sunset. It's gonna be pretty. It's been a beautiful day so far. I can't even believe it. I lucked out so hard. So one thing I've been noticing, I have 2 apps on my phone tracking the distance, and I've been looking at the line that it draws, and I'm kind of zigzagging in between cars and hopping off curbs and, you know, just kind of doing this a little bit every once in a while. And it doesn't pick that up on the GPS app. So in my opinion, the wheel's accurate. I tested it with the phone, like next to the speedometer, and the speedometer and the phone match up. The speedometer on the wheel anyway. So I don't think that it's like the wheel thinks I'm going faster than actual GPS like a scooter would. I think it's just a matter of me swerving and dipping and weaving. And it's adding up to a lot more miles than I would have expected. But I can't say that for certain, so that's why I'm gonna split the difference when I'm done. Got the external battery in my backpack. It's charging up my phone. And I've been using it to charge all my devices. I've gone through like 4 GoPro batteries, a couple Insta360 batteries, and what have you. So yeah, I'm gonna log off for now. I guess I'll maybe do like a cool shot across the bridge, but I'm gonna finish up my jerky stick and I'll talk to you guys when I get to the other side of the lake. Well, I think for all intents and purposes, the sun has set. It's gonna be a long ride in the dark. I'm glad I brought the bicycle light. That thing lasts for about 6 hours on low, so I will have a small headlight. I don't want to use the headlight on the Sherman on the range test because I feel like that would just throw it off way too much. Oh, we got a little downhill stretch here. I'm gonna charge up the wheel. Let's check what the voltage is downhill. Oh, we're down to 57%, well, 58% downhill. Maybe if I go a little bit faster and then slow it down. Oh yeah, goes up to 63% on the way downhill when you're braking. But voltage remaining is 90.7. So, just steady cruising. I guess the sun isn't quite set yet, but it is on the trail. Anyway, I'm talking way too much, so I'm just gonna go. Oh yeah, itchy ear. Well, here we are. It's actual sunset. I'm debating whether or not I should turn this into a 2-day range test. I'm exhausted, and the wheel still has like 40% battery left. It's been a fun day so far. I'm totally wiped. Been on the wheel for 8.5 hours, but I'm gonna keep going. Story of my life. It's the wheel that never dies. The eMove Cruiser is the scooter that never dies, and the Sherman is the unicycle that never dies. It's a nice little neighborhood. Dead end though. Go back out this way. So I had to stop by Fred Meyer. My stomach's killing me and I'm out of food, but I bought a sandwich and that's gonna be enough to propel me through the next 30 miles because I am gonna do this all in one day. That's a Veteran Sherman. That's a Ginger on the wheel. We are at the 95-mile mark and I've got 20% battery left, which really dips down on uphill areas. I've got a 5 or so mile stretch of packed gravel to go home. So that'll put me around 100 miles. Well, ladies and germs, it does appear that we have the world record plus some for the longest single day range test on a personal electric vehicle. I am at 102 miles according to the wheel, which includes all the zigzagging and curb hopping and stuff. And I've got 99 miles on the actual app. A couple apps really. I wanted to do a redundancy, but I've got probably 15% battery left, and I imagine that's enough to make me home without tilt back. So I really don't feel like riding with tilt back if I don't have to. But yeah, the Veteran Sherman gets you 100 plus miles on one charge if you're patient. All right, everybody, that's it. The Sherms is dead. 113 miles according to the wheel, and that includes all the zigzagging and curb hopping that I did. I don't know how many miles we got according to the app, but that's more like as the crow flies around the different streets that I did. If you liked watching the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video, and that'll help me get more gadgets for testing. But I really appreciate that you guys stuck in till the end, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Let's go ahead and check out exactly how far on the app we went.
Maybe my compass was wrong, and I'm still on my way closer to where I belong. I'm still rolling the dice, praying sometimes don't last it long. I'm losing my faith, I'm walking away from what you knew all along. Mama told me before you leave, if there's only one thing you remember from me, child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, child, don't forget who you are, don't lose your head or your heart. I'll bet my life on your stars, you'll be dancing, dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. I'll bet my life, you'll be dancing on the moon. Dancing on the moon. Child, when you're out on your own, a million miles from home, feeling the weight of the world on your shoulders, child, don't forget who you are.